Okay, so now I'm going to demo how to do a color wheel and some techniques with pastels. This is the medium that I typically use to teach this project. So I did print out the finished example of what we're going to be doing from Schoology. I don't think that you need to print it out, but if you wanted to have it up on the screen while you were doing this exercise, you certainly could. I don't know that you necessarily need it, but it is available if you want to see what your finished product is going to look like. You might end up spreading this across 2 pages, and that's okay. Just photograph each and then upload them for the assignment. There is a document of a color wheel that explains all the different color schemes on it that is just in the landscape folder. You could certainly have this up on the screen and check it out too if you wanted to. It just explains like how we come up with the different color schemes using the color wheel. Okay, and then supplies for like the studio portion of this, you're going to need some white paper. So if you have your sketchbook, that's preferable. If you just have like white computer paper, then make do with that, and that's totally fine. With your pastels, you want to pull out the main colors of like the color wheel and the rainbow. So your primary colors and your secondary colors are the most important ones to have. So red, yellow, blue, and then orange, green, and violet. You want to have those 6 colors, and then we'll also be mixing the intermediate colors. Besides that, I would definitely have a piece of scrap paper to rest under your hand while you're working, and then you can certainly have erasers if you want to. Sometimes you don't really need to erase as much with these exercises, but having some erasers can be helpful as well. So if you have a kneaded eraser, that's great. If you don't have a kneaded eraser, your white plastic eraser can work too, although I'll have like a little step that I explain before that. Some quick tips for pastel before I move on. If you end up with smudges, if you have a kneaded eraser, you can go in and you can blot those areas first and then kind of scrub them out with a kneaded eraser. If that doesn't work, you can also scrub them out with a white eraser. I would just suggest blotting the area first, either with a kneaded eraser if you have it, or a tissue, and then scrubbing it out. And that will make it come out of the paper much better, okay? If you just go in and rub it immediately with the white eraser, that could cause problems. It could cause the color to be like stuck in the paper, which did actually accidentally happen here. So just a heads up on that. When you get like a dust layer of pastel on your paper, you should never blow it, because then it's just going to go up into the air and you're going to breathe it in, and we all need to take very good care of our lungs right now. And always. So instead of blowing it, what I suggest is just taking it over to the trash and just like hitting your paper on the back like this and letting the dust just kind of fall and kind of flake off into the trash can, okay, away from your face. So really important. Okay, so to start, label your paper with pastel color wheel and techniques, and then your name. Draw a circle. You're going to split that circle out with a triangle in the middle. That's going to help us to place our primary colors. So the first primary color that you want to start with is yellow. Yellow always goes on the top. If your pastel is dirty, clean it before you apply it. And then I'm just going to go ahead and make a nice even patch at that point of my triangle. Okay, then the bottom right of the triangle, that's where I'm going to place my red. So these are my primary colors. These are the colors that can't be mixed with any other color, but can be used to mix other colors. Okay, and then I'm going to put my blue on the left. So nice even patch applied. Now I'm going to draw another triangle that is upside down, and that's going to help me to place my secondary colors. So the secondary colors are made with 2 primary colors. So orange is made with yellow and red. You can just use an orange from your pastel set if you have one. Violet is made with red and blue, equal parts. And then blue and yellow make green. So nice even patch applied there. The next thing we're going to do is the intermediate colors. The intermediate colors you might have to mix. There might not be an intermediate color in your set. And so here I applied yellow, and then I'm applying orange over top of that, and then I'm applying the yellow again to mix the intermediate color of yellow-orange. Intermediate colors go by the name of the primary color first. So this one is red-orange because red is the primary color, orange is the secondary color. And again, I'm just applying layers of red and orange to mix the intermediate color. It's good to reference the color wheel that I have like printed up top to mix them to be similar to that color. It's a good idea to clean your pastels before you apply them. You'll see me rubbing my pastels a lot with my tissue. And then this red just needed to get bigger, so I just did that. Okay, now I'm putting the red down for red violet. And so I'm just going to layer the red and the violet to create the red violet. And I want to make it close to what I see on the color wheel up above. Okay, so I'm cleaning it so all the red is off of it before I go to make blue violet. So again, blue is the primary color, violet is the secondary color. You always say the primary color name first. And then I'm going to layer the two over top of each other. Some of the pigments of pastels are a lot softer, some are a lot harder. Depending on the brand of pastel that you have, it might be softer or harder too. So if yours blend easier or harder than mine do, that's okay. They're probably just different, and that's all right. So now I'm making blue-green. So I put the blue down, and now I'm going to put the green down. And so I'm looking to mix them evenly, equal parts of each to create that intermediate color. All right, and then the last one is yellow-green. And so for yellow-green, I'm going to put the green down, and then I'm going to put the yellow over top and just make a nice even mixture to create my yellow-green for my color wheel. Okay, all done.